she was 30 days old, so.
Right.
But yeah, she loved it.
A whole new world.
Well, we'll see. I'm checking to see if anybody emailed and said they were going to be late, but I know Kyle's out this evening.
Kyle is.
Yeah, Kyle's not going to be attending. Let's see who else here.
That water bottle cracks me up. A friend of mine has one like that. Just walking around with a whole ice
It's
chest.
so obnoxious. They actually make a 1 gallon one.
She has the 1 gallon.
Yeah,
one.
this is just the half gallon. It's
Yeah.
a little less
I
obtrusive.
told her I won't hang out with her if she's gonna walk
Yeah,
around
sorry.
with that thing.
They make neoprene sleeves for gallon jugs that have all sorts of pockets and stuff.
Like, why you're carting your gallon of water
Yeah.
around? I know, you
And
see
I
how
feel
bad
like
I've
Transition
done.
into a purse.
It's 3. I need to catch up.
I feel like at that point, you're getting a workout just
I'll try
from
to
carrying
put
around
this
so
in
much
my
water.
phone.
No, I was just making
No.
fun. I was just teasing.
No, it is obnoxious.
It's funny.
It's the only way I drink I know how much water I'm drinking.
Well,
Trying to
that
stay
is a
hydrated.
good thing.
So, I haven't heard from anybody
I wouldn't say that.
else besides Kyle, so it may just be a quick, short meeting. We'll go ahead and get started, and people can join us as they get here. But so roll call. We just have Natalie and myself and Derek. We have 5 of us though, 5 voting members.
Boom.
So if we need to vote on anything, we can. Great, we're quorum. Let's see, for emails, sorry I'm going a little bit out of order. Let me get my agenda. Sorry I missed last month and
A lot going on.
yeah.
It's been a crazy couple
We've got
of
someone.
Going out, coming in. There's Krista. We'll wait on her to get started. So Krista too.
It'll give me time to pull up the minutes.
How are the trees doing on the lake?
I think they're doing pretty good. I haven't been out there in a while, but yeah, we actually had someone take some drone footage.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Nice.
Very
You guys have almost the same color hair.
I talked to Joy Wasson
Yeah.
on Friday,
Yeah.
and I guess y'all been working or talking to her about doing some
Yeah.
We
stuff.
almost
She's
have
one
waited
put
to
together
do
an
it.
experience picture of
Shake
me,
hands.
which actually I told her, which I told on Thursday.
Good job.
But I told her Krista would be really knowledgeable.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
she's gonna join too, so.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so Krista joins, but we have quorum, so if we need to vote on anything, we've got enough members. Thank you so much, Natalie, for taking care of all the minutes and everything for the last meeting. Back, hopefully well for the rest of the year. Has everybody had a chance to approve and review the last minutes? Give you a chance to look at those if you haven't.
I looked.
You looked.
I looked.
You looked. She's like, I looked. I did my job.
Motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor of approving the meeting minutes from October's meeting?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? No. The record reflect that all the minutes from October's meeting have been approved. All right. Our financial report, so with Lauren being out today, we didn't get what statements have been paid. We just have a total balance that Beth was so kind to send over to us. But when Lauren gets back in the office tomorrow, Natalie and I can share those out of which invoices have been paid and which are outstanding. But we have forwarded them everything that we have out, to my knowledge, without Claire has one more to get for the marketing material stickers, so we can get that to them. Let me take a look and see what that is. Natalie, do you have that handy? 'Cause mine's not pulling up. Sometimes my phone does not like to open attachments.
I like my phone hasn't been working well lately.
Yeah, I just decided it wouldn't stop
It
working.
just doesn't want to work anymore.
Okay, so from Beth, it looks like $13,545 is what we have.
Okay, that was our budget amount, and it looks like, okay.
Let's see.
I think those out, and that's what it's kind of hard to tell when those invoices that have been reconciled don't appear on this. It's kind of hard to tell, but it looks like available balance is $8,099.14. That's what we have available.
Okay, perfect.
$8,099.14 is available. So definitely some of those invoices have been paid that we've submitted last month, and we'll send that out in our notes when we get that tomorrow.
Okay.
Excuse you. Just two then.
Hi, Tracy. You have a visit? Sure.
Sorry.
Do we have any other invoices that we need to submit that anyone has? So I got yours submitted.
Well, we had budgeted to buy some water bags, but I think maybe we don't need those.
What specifically?
For like the trees in the parks, because I think it looks like the trees at Conway Station are going to get water with buckets just right out of the pond, which is very good.
Yeah, that's a very good idea.
Yeah. And then those at Laurel Park will just be with the hose from the bathroom.
Yeah, I know the guy.
We could put water bags on those.
That's the ones I was thinking, if we put some, I know the Conway stations I'm not worried about.
Yeah.
Because the guys are located on site.
Well, and it's hard to fill a water bag with a bucket. That's right.
Yeah, so we need a hose for that.
Yeah, but yeah. So, I mean, if we want water bags for the Laurel Park and Conway Station, we could do that.
I'll talk to you.
Okay, so Derek's gonna find out if we need water bags for the Laurel Park ones instead, and then we can just reallocate those funds. Yeah, I think as long as we spend the same amount of money, either project's fine. Now, for Conway Station though, are we required in our award letter? No, none of that was written in that we were gonna supply that.
No.
Okay.
We spent the full amount of what they granted us on trees, which is what agreement was.
Okay, great. All right, so we'll go into our Arbor Day update. I've been following everything on Facebook and emails, but just to kind of give everybody our stuff and our viewing audience at home the updates on the Conway Station Park planting. All of the trees have been planted at Conway Station Park.
Yep. So last Friday, had a great crew from Parks and Rec.
After a good rain.
And it was actually kind of perfect conditions for planting. And what I loved actually was the crew really wanted to do it right, and they wanted to learn, anything I could tell them about taking care of trees.
They'll be well taken care of.
Yeah. So they look great. I don't know if you guys have been by, but it looks.
They look great.
So.
I'll have to drop by when I leave.
Yeah.
How many total were planted?
14 trees. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's great.
Yeah, I think, and it's a good diversity of native tree species too.
And I saw your video that you sent. Have we shared that online or?
Well, it has a little I said 15 trees and failed to mention, I think the posting that y'all did. And,
Okay.
I mean, it's up to you. I did go back and make some edits in my comments, but it's up to you.
Yeah, I think as long as we have some coverage from the tree planting.
And then I did start that shared folder and shared all the pictures there and anything that y'all do, if you do want to post anything
Okay,
else.
and we might migrate those to our board folder, just so because everybody already has access to our board folder. But yeah, well, that's great to have those there. Laurel Park tree planting, all the trees have been planted there.
Yep.
I saw Bemis did a fantastic
Yeah,
job
we
with that.
listed those, and that's a great deal. And I
And the
thought
time lapse video was
the
awesome.
video was very, very cool.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
And then Fifth Avenue, where are we at with the Fifth Avenue plant? That's
So the one tree that the Wonder Project funded was planted by Bemis also, and then Woodman.
I think they all look good. I think it looks really good.
Yeah,
It's all done.
So.
Great, just in time. And then
We've
we've got,
done a lot. I mean,
I'm like,
just-
there's been a lot of
we've done a lot of
Yeah.
tree
It's
planting.
good. Yeah.
Yay! And then UCI tree planting, are we still scheduled for November 5th on that one?
So
That's November 12th, which is Veterans Day.
the 11th.
The 11th.
Sorry.
Yes. To 2:30. There've been some changes. It actually kind of morphed into, because it's a memorial tree, a Veterans Memorial Tree, and so ROTC is going to come out, and our Veterans Affairs will be out and kind of make mention of that later. So
Okay, and what time is that?
at 2:30.
2:30, and it's in the alumni circle, which maybe everybody else knows, but it's that area in front of Old Main, right?
Old Main,
You feel it?
Right. Or yeah, Old Main, kind of that one where the bear sculpture is.
I will try to make that. I'm off on that day.
And I can't remember if I forwarded you today, if not, well, they created a flyer on campus for
Okay.
it, so I can send that to you.
Yeah, that'd be great. Is it open to the public or are they just wanting students? Okay. Yeah, we can share that on our social media
We
calendars.
definitely should.
Yeah, if you want to send that to me, I'll share it. Now, if you'll put that as a task for me to do.
Yeah.
And I've granted you access to, so you
And I was
can
gonna say,
also
I
share
did
things.
locally, I'm like, okay. And the Parks and Rec, I think I heard you saying that when I came out, were wonderful.
They were so
by the
good.
way.
So good, yeah.
And interested. I don't know if that was
That's
for our
what I said.
benefit or not, but they seem very interested and yeah,
It's a really good crew.
yeah. It's their park. You can tell they care about it. Yeah, it's great.
Correct. So I think that covers all of our tree planting. I'll skip the photography contest for now, but for our virtual workshop, that's going on tomorrow. What time is that again?
It's at noon.
And have you had much response for, are you asking people to pre-register or how is it working?
They do have to register, but they can register with me right before also.
Okay.
And I think right now we've got well over 100 registrants, which is common. And I always remind people, because sometimes people are like, oh, I can't make it at noon, but we will record it, and anyone who registers, I'll send
The link.
the link.
Great. I'm going to remind myself to register. With that being over 100 people, do we want to do any boosting on Facebook, or do you feel like you've got a pretty good audience? I've been sharing it. Everybody can share their own pages, but if we want to put any spin behind it, we still have money for that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we really need to.
Okay. Yeah. I feel 100 registered attendees is pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, they're probably not all from Conway. In fact, I'm sure they're not. But still.
They did. Somebody from Parks and Rec said they signed up too, didn't they?
Yeah. So actually, Trey said that he registered, and his plan, since he'll have a link to the recording, is then like on some rainy day or whatever, you can show it to.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna get all of our ground supervisors, so.
Perfect. As far as the proclamation, I just heard from James, and he actually said that Kyle is out tonight, but he will take care of the proclamation, but there's a chance that the mayor still may read it, so I'm going to follow up with James tomorrow and see if that's possible. If not, James will read it, and my thoughts were that we'd post that at the end of the week. Saturday is pretty low traction for Facebook, but Thursday or Friday would be great. Come out to the parks over the weekend, celebrate Arbor Day. So I'll follow up with James, Natalie, about that.
I was going to ask you, I don't know if we ever clarified with James. I know I did an email communication about the invitation to just have, since we're not doing a festival, that invitation to get out and play and check out trees.
Just get out and
I'm
enjoy
not
your
sure
park.
we've shared that completely with him or maybe.
Do we need to make a Facebook post about that too?
About getting out.
Yeah, getting out and playing.
So I don't know if y'all saw the flyer. Since so many things happened before, I didn't know if you saw that little template of the flyer that I said that we could maybe just insert the links. Like if somebody wanted to check out Laurel Park, they could see the Facebook post or, some of these links of things that had already happened, and then a link. It's up to y'all however you want to do it. Do a special promotion for that day. I did also see the project Learning Tree had like a tree biodiversity. I believe I did forward that to maybe you too, is usually what I send it to. About if we wanted to send that out as an activity, they could download it. It's K through third grade, I believe, that activity, so.
Yeah,
Can you
so
email that over to?
with that, we need to plan out what we're going to be doing as far as our posts throughout the week as well. I feel like the first one should definitely be the photography contest, if we can get that out early this week. If we have you guys got any updates on how we were going to handle that?
I have not. I keep forwarding ideas, but I think it just kind of is one of those that's floating out there of who's gonna wrap it up. But I've sent a few ideas. I am getting concerned, honestly, about the time frame. You know, if we want to decide, if we made the decision to vote on it on that 18th, I believe.
Well, and I'm wondering too, with like Thanksgiving around the corner, a lot of people travel around the state, so it may be a good opportunity. But unless we did trees in our city, you know.
Yeah, we had talked about that being the trees in our community as the theme for it.
Maybe doing
And
after Thanksgiving.
yeah, I think since it is Conway's Arbor Day, trees in our community, and I think we could possibly extend the deadline out just right before Thanksgiving. But I was thinking about a way that we could actually capture these if we wanted them, because we want them to be able to view them, but we also need to be able to see them. It's not just more than comments on a Facebook post. So we're open to talking about ideas about how they could submit photos. So whether that be through an email, whether that be through, I'm not sure. We're just talking about how we would accept submissions.
You could do it through the email, the tree board at Conway, Arkansas. Because I've gotten a few of those emails recently. So I think it was working.
And a couple of the guidelines that I forwarded to you has like some kind of specifics on sizing and what format. And there was one that has really good, even kind of a waiver about use and things like that. So I think if we just commit to this week, make sure we get some of those guidelines in place, have them submitted through the email, and then the judges, that way we can do as much of it digitally. We can just create a form and send to our judges. You know, we don't think that we would have the opportunity to get together.
We'll share like occasionally every now and then we get one, put it on social media, like so you're kind of using that as your ongoing marketing for it.
Yeah, and I think that's where that goes into the release form of being able to use that. Because we also talked about hanging them up at McGee Center or somewhere else publicly for the winter. And you guys had mentioned that having separate categories. Is that still something you guys wanted to do to narrow that down, or is it an overall as far as submission entries?
I think it's nice to have different age categories.
I think the last one, didn't we decide on 3 categories? I believe there was age group and then I have to get back to the notes.
So we didn't do age categories last year.
I think it was like up to 12 or 13-ish, and then 13 to 18, and then 19 or 18 and up.
And I think the biggest thing is, you know, it's who is that point person for publishing posts and that cadence of marketing. I think that's where it's fallen through the cracks is
I know you
we get the ideas, but the actual execution of, we don't really have that point person for it. So,
do you want to take on that?
oh, you don't really want me to. It's like, you've seen my typos. So, I mean, with ideas and concepts and all of that, I'm good. Canva I'm playing with, like I still can't enjoy it. It's a thing. So it takes me a while. But as far as the publishing and the making the post and the verbiage, I'm also not being real comfortable with that right now, just because I'm learning so much in so many different places.
Well, maybe we can divide and conquer, and I can take one, Claire can take one, and Natalie can take one.
Yeah.
Is this more than we can accomplish?
I'm like, there's a short window on this. But really, we need to get. Just
I think the
information out there.
photography contest is key, and then we've got the webinar tomorrow, and then if we can, we've got the proclamation for Thursday or Friday. So really, just 2 more general posts and the photo post. So I think 3.
Well, and then promoting UCA's
Exactly.
celebration, I think would be really nice, because I'm thinking about how we're gonna document our Arbor Day celebration for our Tree City application. You know, sort of questioning.
Yeah,
That's
and
why I thought this one, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Kelly, sorry.
I just want to throw something out here. I've been trying for a month and a half. There's $200 and some volunteers with the Master Gardeners for Arbor Day. So y'all tell me how you need it and what you need done, and I'll pass it along. If there's something that we could do that would benefit both, it would help anybody. So,
I don't know how those funds would be earmarked, but could they possibly use that as an award for the contest winners? Whether that be in purchasing a gift card, it doesn't have to be a cash award, but could they purchase an Amazon gift card or
I
something
mean,
like
all I
that?
can do is ask,
Yeah.
because I've been trying to figure out what the rules are for that 200 for a little bit.
There's not many rules.
No, I know, but I'm having difficulty getting to it. Someone saying yes or no. So I'm harassing people at this point.
We do have a $25 Academy card, is that right, Derek?
Oh, I don't know if it's that much.
I remember 25 from the email, but I could be wrong.
You said how much?
25.
I thought you just said 200. Yes, we
I
have.
said
Can we submit
That's what I got.
25?
We have a couple of $25 gift cards.
Okay.
You want-
So can I ask if we could give a couple of awards with the thing saying it's provided by the Master Gardeners?
I think we would want to say that it's like sponsored by Master Gardeners or something,
Okay.
like they're co-sponsor of the photography.
Okay.
Or something, would that make sense?
Yes. Yeah, if
Because usually, so when we would have the festival,
Yeah,
they would just give the $200 to the tree board as like a sponsorship.
yeah, and then we just have the discretionary funds to spend how we saw fit. But
Okay, so that's what we're gonna do, and I'll get forgiveness later, right?
I think it should be fun.
yeah, and I'm certain that gift cards would probably be appropriate rather than a cash award. So I don't believe we've given out cash awards in the past. They've always been either like a package of art supplies or things like that.
You can get into weird stuff with the tax rules when we do that.
So what do we do instead?
We would purchase gift cards.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
So, if we're I'm assuming we could use tree board funds to purchase the gift cards, and then the Master Gardeners would reimburse us for
And
that.
then call it a sponsorship, just like it's always been.
So on these posts, I need to make sure that Master Gardener is the sponsor for just the photography contest.
I would say so, but we also
Probably.
talked about the art board as judges. Is that something that we would have them still do? Because then we would want to include them as well.
Yeah.
Is that, I don't have any contacts there. Is that,
Let me,
is that
I can reach out to them. I saw one on the other night. I don't know if it's
Is
on.
Maria still on the board? She's not on it anymore.
I'm not sure they better be.
and we certainly can be the judges as well for our own photography contest.
Well, I have a few acquaintances that have art degrees.
That would be nice. Just impromptu judges.
Well, maybe you could ask the UCA art department since they participate in
I
things.
have a friend who has an art degree and she doesn't work in art, but I know she would be.
John's daughter is on there. Yeah.
I'm just wondering how we can get more boards and community groups involved in the process is what my thoughts were.
And who's the other? There's Mike Kemp is a big photography guy around here. I see him posting lots of things. He's going to reach out. Yeah. I'll reach out to Mike Kemp and Vera Lambert for my judge potential commitments.
Okay.
Yes,
I
that's
just-
what I'm doing.
So Tracy just said she's gonna reach out to potential
I have
judges.
2 people I can reach out to.
To be our judges.
And then
Credentials.
to circle back, I went to meeting minutes, so last month we decided trees in our community, and then 3 categories of youth up to 12, and then 13 to 18, and older 19 plus.
That's what I got pulled up here too. So if we want to get this out this week, the judging doesn't have to necessarily be named. We definitely want to include that it's co-sponsored by the Master Gardeners, and we'll be accepting submissions beginning when do we think? Beginning
Like
immediately through what date would be the last day to get them in? Do we think?
Okay, so we said the 18th was the day that we need to announce.
The
Which
19th,
is-
yeah, judged by the 18th, announced by the 19th.
So if we announce on the 19th, what if we say,
By Monday the 15th?
or, okay, if we post this tomorrow, I'll work on the post tomorrow.
Yeah. And we
If
could
we
do 2
post it
weeks.
tomorrow, yeah, and then the 16th, that'll give us like
That's
3 or
plenty of time.
4 days.
And you
To
know what,
judge.
like, trees are just starting to change color,
yeah.
like, it has actually
Just
really
driving
nice.
around has been really cool.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really nice
Springs
timing.
yesterday.
We're maybe gonna get some frost and that'll really get it going.
And we could put some funds and boost that since we have a shorter time frame. And we have some good money
Yeah,
going
'cause we've
towards that,
already-
so I think we do wanna get that.
We've
you know,
already
maybe work
allocated
our
money
well.
for that.
Do you wanna boost it?
I have to, it's my credit card.
Sounds good.
I have to update it. It's my credit card on file. I don't think y'all can get to that part. I've got that locked out.
Not sharing that?
No. You can post, but you can't spend money without me, my approval. Okay, so the deadline will be the 16th for entries, and we're gonna have them email the, what's the address?
I think it's treeboard@conwayarkansas.gov.
Yes, treeboard@conwayarkansas.gov. So as far as, I'm not certain about, and Kyle's not here, anyone from.
But you wanna use those guidelines, like, some kind of
Yeah, I was
an
gonna say
entry
as far as
form.
file size and everything, because they probably servers
still-
can't accept large files anyway.
Do you still have those emails? Do you know what I'm gonna do when I send them to you?
Well, you've got it handy if you don't mind. That'd be
Yeah,
great.
because we're gonna probably need to limit that to a certain megabyte size, otherwise it'll get rejected.
Okay.
And there were some that said like no filter. There was, I think, a couple of contests, and there was one that said just no filters on it.
That's
So we can
how they
decide
get
whatever we
artsy.
want. I'm like, we can do
I
whatever.
think-
So I sent you two.
I think
Okay.
limiting it just to file size
Yeah.
and the city of Conway.
Creativity.
Like we got 2 rules.
Yeah.
And then is that, whatever that waiver is, saying that we can use the photos. Like, when they enter, they're agreeing to these.
Yeah.
Guidelines or whatever it is.
And if you wanna draft that, Natalie, and then kick it over to us to all look at,
Okay.
we can take a look at that. But yeah, I think the 16th would give people plenty of time to enter, and just make sure we mention the categories that are broken down, that you can enter, and then we'll have one grand prize winner from each category. And I don't know that we'll need to, do we need to mention what the award is now, or should we just,
What exactly would the award be?
yeah. That's what we need to decide.
Yeah. So if we can get the post out tomorrow, then we may can like do some postings about specifics. But now we've got the gift card. And we talked about doing, well, maybe all gift cards. We talked about doing a gift card to either somewhere to stay or somewhere to eat. Which the Cypress Social, and I know it's not called that. But it's catchy and fun because it's a tree.
Yeah, I think though for, like, 'cause we've got those younger age groups too.
Yeah.
I think Amazon is always a hit. Academy is a great one. If we did a Hobby Lobby even too for crafts, I mean, I think that they could choose, like we have a set number they possibly could choose. Are we gonna have more
Let the
than,
youngest kid choose first.
yeah, yeah, and are we gonna have more than one place or just one grand prize for each category? Or any smaller winners, like first, second, third for each category, just first? What are y'all's thoughts on that?
Just one per.
I think one per, because that's
3
Yeah.
awards.
That's
Keep
three.
it simple.
What if there are only 3 participants in one category?
So 3 grand prize winners, one from each category.
We can do it.
Popped yourself with the mask, sorry.
That hurt.
No, let's do it again, yeah, that's good.
I'll try. So with that, we can just say, we'll be awarded a gift certificate. I don't think we have to say, if we wanna, we can say the amounts right now, we can figure that out. We can wait and see if we're gonna have money for Master Gardeners. It's up to you guys. We have some funds there that we've allocated for marketing, which could also be used for the grand prize, so.
So we're just doing 3 prizes, grand prize for each category.
Yes.
Should we do like a best in show or a board favorite or nothing? Just
I think 3, keep it simple, 1 winner in each category.
Maybe we don't announce the prizes now, but maybe on a post like
I think
later.
that's a good idea.
There you
That's
go.
what I was
Yeah.
actually gonna suggest.
Yeah,
So I
maybe
think it's a
like-
really good idea.
See how the traction is, and then if we're not getting a whole lot of entries, we can be like, don't forget, there's a
Yeah.
$50 gift
I mean, I
certificate.
think you can
Yeah.
announce that there's a prize, but you don't have to get the specifics of it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Sounds good.
Can we do prize pickup, you think, at the extension office?
Yeah.
Do you have some things you would want to
We have smoky koozies.
That's fun. A smoky koozie and put the gift card in the koozie.
It's not so good for the little kids. I've got lots of things for lots of smoky items for little
Yeah, we
kids.
can put a little gift bag together.
We can
with
put
that
gift
in there.
bags.
We've got stickers still.
Yeah.
I think Claire, stickers.
Oh, yeah, we got stickers out.
Oh, yeah, stickers. Yeah, we can put little gift bags together. That'll work.
I think that's great. So Natalie will get that post together. I can take care of the post for James. I'll make sure that gets done.
And then I think you had asked a question about showing some of the things that had already happened, if we wanted to include that in Arbor Day, and back to your point of what have we been doing for Arbor Day. I mean, I know the intent was to plan it in the week of Arbor Day, but Bemis came out very quickly.
Yeah, there was no stopping
Yeah,
them.
I know, so they were done, like,
I wasn't even
2
supposed to be
days.
working that day. And he's
Yeah.
like, I'm here.
I was like, and they're done. Great, well, now what are we gonna do Arbor Day week? Yeah, so I think we've more than accomplished
Yeah.
our goals for the year for Arbor Day. We
Yeah, and
can
we've
kind
got all
of
of
wrap
this-
it up and here are some things that happened, and then wrapping it up with the photography contest and.
Yeah, and then the proclamation, and I think that's sufficient. And also, I'll share. So I'm going to share the proclamation and also the UCA flyer for the planting. So if you can get me that, and that will cover something for every day of the week, and I think that's sufficient. Because I've also been sharing anything that the city of Conway has done. I've shared on our page too. So, and Krista's been doing that as well. I always check to see if Krista's done it first. I'm like, okay, I'll go over there and do it. But I think that covers that. Let me see what else.
Yeah, it was really windy on Friday, and we didn't see Bobby, the city's video guy, and I thought, oh, he's not gonna be able to fly the drone because it's too windy. But no,
It was out. It was good. Done.
Yeah.
And would you do me a favor too? Will you email the schools that have been in contact with us with the flyer once we get that, so they can see that too? Just like we're opening it up today or
And
whatever.
I'll actually send an email out to all of my contacts. And just say, hey, this is what we're doing.
Yeah, because they're like, I don't want to miss it. I was like, you haven't missed it. We just haven't started yet. Okay, I think that's everything for Arbor Day. Does anybody else have anything for Arbor Day that I missed?
Okay, so the only sponsor for the photography contest is going to be the Master Gardeners. Is
Yeah,
that
the
a
tree board.
Although if some of those photographers, they might want to say their sponsor.
Well, the only
We
thing.
can do like a judges thing.
Yeah, I could do the judges post and give them a shout out and tag them. But since the money is coming from the tree board and from the Master Gardeners for the prizes, I would say sponsor.
Okay, so we are for sure getting the money for
Parks and Rec.
Yeah, we're gonna strong arm them.
Okay.
Yeah, when we.
Yeah, do we want to include Parks and Rec?
I was gonna say, because y'all supplied the academy
Yes,
gift cards
yes,
as
yes.
well.
So Parks and Rec, tree board, and the Master Gardeners.
Okay.
Perfect. And you can tag them all in that so they can share it on their pages too.
We might have to go.
You're fine. I don't think we're.
Honestly, she's not bothering us.
Yeah, hey, listen, I've got
I'm a
them.
mama.
I operate with noise in the background.
Wait, what, babe? What?
So we're nearing being done. If that's all for Arbor Day, the only other update I had for was the November 18th for the Forest Management Plan Advisory Committee. That's a mouthful. Is that still scheduled in, or is that tentative date?
We have all of our invites.
Is that going to be here?
Extension office.
Extension
office.
Okay.
And we're saying 5 p.m., right?
I did reach out and heard back from J.D. Gingrich that he's kind of moved on to a different effort. So he supports everything we're doing, but will not be hands-on with us right now. And so did also reach out to Scott to see if he wanted to participate in that. And he said yes, so I've sent him an invite.
Okay, perfect.
And then I did create a folder for all of us with your resources, put in there some examples, some
I saw
already
that.
that's
Thank you for that.
existing with Conway, so we can just kind of start putting things in there. I know James will also not be there but wants to participate, and he sent a little bit of, I just asked kind of what he would want coming out of that first meeting or any tips, and so I'll make sure I put that in the doc.
Yeah, and if you want to get an agenda together for us and mail that out so we can all be prepared, it's great. New business, we do have one more meeting for the year after this meeting, and we will be electing officers and filling membership positions. I don't know if you saw on the city's page, they posted the boards and commissions are opening up for positions, and I read ours and it said we have 5 positions, but we do not have 5 positions. So I was gonna email Lauren and tell her that, no, we need to update that. Oh, honey.
Slippery floor.
Oh, baby. Makes my heart hurt.
When I knew we had the applications that we had talked about, we reviewed before, and we talked about reaching out to them and see if they still wanted to be considered. I don't know if we have or if that might be a good thought.
Yeah. So we've got a handful of people who are still interested. You put that on my list, Natalie, to do. I'll reach out to the people who've submitted nominations. Because I was going to look at that, Natalie, too, on our drive. Some of our membership dates have not been updated, and I blame myself because I haven't gotten in there and done that. But let me look at that. To board directory of who's coming off term and who, just so you guys can be aware. Krista, you're not leaving.
But I also can't vote.
Natalie, yours, when we have it here in 2020, so you re-upped at the end of last year for 3 more years, is that correct? So Natalie will be 23. Kelly, yours expires in 22. Derek, you re-upped, didn't you, at the end of last year? Okay, so you're 23. Claire, you're 22. Lake, who's gone, which is now Canton, 2021. So at the end of this year, you will renew for 3 more years.
Okay.
So
If we can twist your.
Yeah, if we can keep you, if you decide. Yes. So that's what you'll need to decide by December, how much you like us if you want to stay on for 3 more years. So you're basically filling out his term. At the end of this year, your term will renew for 3 more years.
Which that's, next month.
Yeah, exactly. Catherine's expires at the end of this year, so she'll need to decide if she's going to stay on. Mine expires, and I will not be renewing, but I'm going to stay on as a friend, so that's 1 position. Tracy, yours expires at the end of this year, so if you decide to stay on. So those are just the decisions for anyone with terms expiring next month, if they're going to continue their position and re-up for 3 more years, or if that position is going to become available. And I think at that point, at our December meeting, if you guys decide, hey, my position is going to be open, then we can decide how many we'll be able to accept. And we can start accepting through December and then vote in January for new members, if that's what you guys wanted to do. And that would give them through December to submit applications.
Maybe I missed her. I thought they closed November 1st. Like everyone needed to submit by November 1st.
We don't have any open positions as of November
boards
1st.
and commissions postings in general.
We can accept them throughout the year if we have vacancies. Okay. But we currently have 0 vacancies. So I can ask, but with us not having any vacancies, I don't know how that works. Like, we will have vacancies, but we don't know how many we'll have. We definitely don't have 5. So I'll follow up with Lauren on that one. And if so, we can say, hey, we're taking nominations there. And then Trey, do not have his expiration date.
Who did I fill for?
He filled Dustin's position.
That's right. Okay.
And Dustin rolled off in 2020, so it would be 2022. 23. Mm-hmm.
You reached out to him for participation.
I have not yet, but that's my plan. When I reach out to everybody for submissions for applications, we're gonna reach out to him as well.
Okay, so I emailed or I texted Marette, who was on the art board, and she said she still is. So if you want me to ask them if they want to change, I can. Or if we want to stick with photographers too, whatever.
Yeah, and I think we
a
can,
wonderful.
like you said, we could do a joint venture between the art board.
Just if they have a couple of members who would want to
participate. And we could have like kind of an ad hoc committee that's got professional photographers ourselves if we wanted to be included. I think we can kind of narrow down the judging process and as it gets closer to time. So with that, also too, if you'll see in your attachments, we don't have to go through all this tonight, what the different positions would be, because we also are electing officers. And I've included those that you can read through what your responsibilities would be electing the chair, the vice chair, and the secretary, and then what your responsibilities would be with each of those roles. Those are all in the bylaws.
No, that's sweet. I'm sitting there, I'm like, I missed that. That's what I'm over here thinking, you're fine.
So those are just the things for you guys to be cognizant of as we move to the next meeting. I will not be here the first week in December, so if you guys need me to be here for voting, we can move it, or you guys can decide to meet without me. It's really up to you guys.
Will it be your last meeting?
Mm-hmm.
Should we switch up?
It's up to you guys. I hate for you guys to rearrange your schedule so close to Christmas just for me, but I have a traveling meeting and I won't be here. So if we moved it to the 13th, I don't know if everybody is available on December 13th. That'd be the following Monday.
Yeah, I am too.
I mean, that's my birthday, but
We'll do cake.
I think it's 13.
All right.
Ms. Kelly, do you have any objections?
No, I do a group from 3:30 to 4:30 every other week, so I never know how it's gonna fall.
Yeah, that's fine.
Every other week is more complicated than like first and
Yes, it
third.
is.
Yeah.
Right. So the 13th, if you guys are up for that, we'll do that, and then we'll hold. We'll go through the responsibilities. Everybody can decide if they're renewing their term, and then have elections. Relatively easy, short meeting for December. I didn't have anything else on the agenda, and the time that remains. Does anybody have anything that's pertinent for today?
I'm just gonna share gossip, so it probably doesn't need to go into minutes.
Well, it's going on TV, so.
Yeah, there's a camera.
We're gonna record it.
I was talking to Andy Hawkins,
Did you get my email?
who's on the council, and he said, so how much money does the city board need to do what they need to do, really? So I didn't answer that, but that's somebody that we probably want to keep on our
You said
side.
Amy.
Thought that was interesting, they would bring that up.
He's my insurance agent.
Well, good, you talk to me too.
Wait, so you mean
He's from my hometown area.
Is that what you
Well, we are
have?
writing something to present to them, right?
Well, so I think that's where we were looking at the tree care plan and we kind of created, which you're welcome to join. I know you weren't here, but I can copy you on information if you want to participate in that too. We looked at maybe a 12-month process of getting together kind of a tree framework management plan for the city to present to city council to move on. That'd be great.
Yeah. And that's going to be a separate meeting, Tom, than this one, just because there's so much to cover.
That's a
So.
lot, yeah.
We're just getting started.
So hard to even know where to start.
Yeah, I think starting anywhere is a good place.
Yeah. And I always like wish that there was like a set like way to do it. Like these are the steps, but it's just not.
no. I've written a few watershed management plans, and I would assume it would kind of model around that. And really, I think if we identify 3 or 4 concerns that are large concerns, and then do a background, basically like existing conditions, and then what can we fix, what can we address, kind of thing. So.
Well, but then there are also the questions of like how to involve the community.
Right.
And
Yep.
So I will start, I've looked at some community programs, so I'm just gonna start jumping some ideas
Yeah.
in
See you
there.
later.
Thank you, thank y'all. And then I did also put like the Arkansas Tree Cities, some of their framework, just because it's close regionally, so there might be some things we can apply.
Well, they're actually adding to the DSM, climate stress.
To what?
Climate anxiety is now a new disorder.
Yes, it is.
It's getting there.
I can attest to that. So
So-
it's new. Oh, yeah.
It keeps us up at night.
So we listen to hopeful people. Yeah.
You too can be diagnosed. You don't do what we ask.
Interesting. There's been a lot of speak of that for sure.
If you guys don't have anything else, I have a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second. Whichever I need to do.
You move, you second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, December 13th, we'll meet again,
I
and
think
we'll
we can decide to adjourn by consensus, can't we? I've actually never been in a group that already had to have a motion to adjourn.
What
Vote
happens
to
if you
adjourn
don't
watershed
get?
lines.
we're trying to go
Rules.
parliamentary procedures because this meeting's supposed to be run parliamentary
Yeah.
procedures. And I've never done that before, so I'm going to start. We're come a long way.
Yes.